So here we are again. So we're at Survivor South Africa, season 9, episode 15. Last time we had Dante getting voted out, blindsided, because he doesn't know how to play this game. And God damn it, still annoys me that he took out Chappie's and then he ends up fumbling the bag like this. It's just, I knew he was going to be a disappointment, and he didn't disappoint when it came to disappointment. So come to this new episode, and people are saying how sad they feel for having to have voted him out. It was weird conversation that they were having. Then we had all right, show you a little. We have Kehlani over here deciding to make moves. She's talking to Shane about how she doesn't like finding out last minute who to vote for, and she feels like she has no autonomy and all this stuff. And she pretty much floated the idea that she wants to get rid of Meryl, which confused me because that wasn't her. No, she wanted to get rid of Steffi. She wanted to get rid of Steffi because she thinks Steffi has the most power in the game. And it confused me that she said that because that wasn't her own original idea. I remember someone else saying that. And I think they planted that seed in her head. And, but then Shane said the most powerful social player is Meryl. So they're like floating between Steffi and Meryl, apparently, because they want to take control of the game because they're kind of being carried along. Right. Then we have Miriam, who's planning to blindside Meryl. I think she talked about it last episode. It was like between Dante and Meryl. She's going to do Dante first and then Meryl. So it comes time for Meryl. And then Meryl is trying to find alliances in Dante, Dino, Phil, and Felix, I think. So she's trying to form new alliances in order to take her further in the game. That's pretty much her plan. So we come to the tribal, the individual immunity challenge, and it's gonna be, they start over here. So they've been balancing on these platforms here, thin platforms. They're going to be balancing there, and they're going to be holding like a wooden ring, and they're going to be spinning a ball in the middle of the ring. And I think the one that lasts the longest doing that without falling over or the ball falling over, they get a advantage when they go to the next station, which is going to be passing a ball through a maze and getting it to the middle. All right. And the one that's the fastest at this then goes to the last one, and they have an advantage when it comes to, they're going to be trying to, so it's going to be like a pulley system, and they're going to be pulling up a wooden board with the ball in the middle of it, and they're going to try to get the ball all the way to the top, and they have to do that 3 times. All right. And there's going to be a bunch of holes in the middle of the board. That's going to be stopped, that the ball could possibly fall into if you don't get it right. All right, so that is the individual immunity challenge. All right, and I believe the winner gets a car as well as a reward. All right. So in this one, I think Tajan was killing it. He was out in front. He had a huge head start. He got to the maze. He finished the maze first. He got to the last part, and Dino was right behind him. But eventually, I believe he dropped the ball a couple of times, and Dino was able to overtake him. And Dino finally won, and he won the car. And Tajan was very disappointed, and he started begging Dino to take him on a reward. He like got down on his knees and was begging. Yeah, it was very, very much, he felt like he had that in the bag, and he felt kind of entitled to the win. And yeah, so he was gutted for a while with that, and he started to get on people's nerves with his attitude. It was interesting. So he begged Dino, but when it came to choosing, Dino decided to choose Meryl, Phil, and Steffi. Because I think there was a reward that Steffi took that Meryl took him, Phil, and Steffi on, and they didn't get to eat anything because they chose to bring back comfort. I think it was like blankets for the tribe. So that's what he said. That's his reasoning for why he chose those people. But the real reason was that he already knew that people were planning to blindside Meryl, and he wanted to take her out of the equation and let those people back in the tribe conspire with each other and plan to get her out. Because he already knew the people that he was taking, they're already on board, except for Meryl, of course, to get rid of Meryl. All right, so that was his plan. All right, to get back to the there was another thing. They got to pick the remaining players that didn't win and didn't go on the reward. They got to draw rocks to see who's going to go to the getaway to possibly win an advantage. And the one that got the winning rock was Miriam, so she got to go to the getaway. All right, they get back to the tribe. So Felix was talking to Miriam, and Miriam was trying to convince Felix to get rid of Meryl. And he was pretty much saying he's on board with that and all that stuff. And there was some kind of annoying conflict where, what's his name? Tayshian was being moody about the fact that he lost, and then Shane and Kehlani wanted to eat rice, and he wanted to wait till the other two people came back from their talk or whatever, because he didn't want to get on other people's bad sides. But he agreed to eat the rice, and he went to go get water by the well with those two people that weren't there to eat with them. And he pretty much showed how discontent he was with the whole eating the rice thing, kind of play up to them, even though he agreed to eat the rice. And then they went to make the rice, and then he decided to change his mind and not eat the rice, and it pissed off Kehlani, and then she threw him under the bus and pretty much told everyone that he agreed to eat the rice with them, but then decided not to do it. I didn't understand. It was just so petty. You're just like, at this point, these people are running out of things to be mad about, and they're just mad about any little annoying thing. All right, so Kehlani and Miriam confirmed with Kehlani that they're going to vote out Meryl. I think that was it with that. And then freaking Felix had a conversation with Steffi, where she was kind of convincing him they're going to get rid of Meryl and all this stuff. But in the process, he realized something, and he goes to Phil and tells Phil that even though everyone thinks the biggest social threat is Meryl, he thinks the biggest one is Steffi. So he's convincing Phil to change the vote to Steffi. And Phil was all on board with it. He made some really good points about all the people that Steffi has in her back pocket that she can use against them. And Phil was on board with it. So he talked to Dino about it. So that's Dino, Phil, and Felix. And they think the last person they were going to get was, what's his name? God damn it. Tayshian, right. They're going to do Tayshian. They're going to get Tayshian. So that's 4 people. I think the other group is 4. So it's going to be like a tie possibly. Okay. So that's 4 against 4. And I think some people wanted to vote out Tayshian, but no. They said they were going to vote out Tayshian in order to create a smoke screen from Meryl, so she doesn't know where the votes are going. Because I believe she has two advantages. She has the council pass, and she also has the 50-50 coin, which gives her a 50% chance of immunity. And Steffi has hidden immunity idol. I think that's all the advantages that everyone has. All right, so Miriam goes to her little getaway, and she had a choice. She had to get a clue to a hidden immunity idol, or takes back rice to the entire tribe. And she decided to take the rice, and she did a whole cry, and she got all emotional about it. It was weird, and I didn't understand. Maybe she's hormonal. It was just weird. She get back to the tribe. She tell them she took rice instead of a meal for herself. I think that's what she said. But I don't think it was like a meal for herself. I think it was actually like a hidden immunity idol clue that she had to choose from. But she told him she could either choose food for herself or rice, and she chose the rice, and she freaking cried again. It was like she did a whole crying tour. It was weird. All right. So then Felix decided to break it to Meryl that the votes are going to go on her, and her friends have turned against her. Now that Meryl knows about it, now they added Meryl to the vote. So now it's going to be a 5-3, and the swing vote is Tajan. So Meryl goes to Tajan and promise him that if he votes to keep her, votes Steffi out and keeps her, then she's going to give him her out insurance, which I think she's just going to give him the tribal pass, which I don't understand why she why she felt the need to make that promise instead of saving herself, but by using it. But I guess she just wanted to ensure that the people that she's working with actually votes that way. I don't know. I don't know what her decision was. I would have just used it, but I guess she's better socially, so I think her plan is to not create a bigger target on her back by using it. So I don't know. I don't know what that thought process was. And so it comes down to either Steffi finds out that she's on the chopping block and uses her hidden immunity, and I think if she used it, then Meryl will use hers, either the 50-50 coin or tribal pass. Either way, it's shaping up to be an interesting development. All right, go to tribal. Everyone was speaking very vaguely. Steffi was making faces when Meryl was talking, so it was like an obvious tension there. I think she was trying to hide it, but it was kind of obvious. All right, they go to vote. No one uses an advantage, and the vote came down to 5-3. And Steffi went home with a hidden immunity in her pocket, and she cried. I thought she would have played it. I was expecting her to do something, but blindside went off without a hitch, and she's gone. So, till next time.